Hi and welcome to your acupressure sequence for the Lung Meridian. In today's sequence we're going to be looking at the lung chi, and when we come to the lungs and we think about the physical body, it's the chest, so obviously coughs, colds, asthma, but from a more emotional perspective it's grief and sadness. And so when we've encountered this in our life, any point in our life or over the course of our life, this will affect the lung chi, and as we bring it back into balance, as we keep it strong, it gives us the strength and courage to endure these difficulties, these challenges with confidence, knowing that we are strong, we will get through this, and at the end there is joy. So let's begin. So we're going to begin with lung number 1. Oh, sorry, I nearly forgot. Have your oil, so place the oil on your hands, take a breath, place it in our beginning point or have it ready to add to the points as we go through it. So we're going to begin at our central treasury, lung 1, so along your collarbones, and it's near the shoulder, in that depression near the shoulder bones, you get the bony bit, the shoulder, and we're going to rub into these points, lung 1. So closing your eyes. Slow, deep breaths. And so this sequence is going to help with any of the physical parts that relate to this chi, but also allowing us to process grief, loss, sadness. Because it relates to the large intestine as well, it can also help with bloating and abdominal swelling, this sequence. And then slowly you can open the eyes. So I wanted to mention lung 4, it is there, I thought it gone, on the bicep. This is your guarding white, and this is really good for headaches, for bringing down the energy, bringing down the blood pressure. So if we have got a stressful situation, maybe we get a little bit excited. So you're rubbing into the bicep, the middle of the bicep. It's very close to lung 3 as well, so you're rubbing in, it will benefit both those points. Close the eyes. And then when you're ready, coming into the other side. So your lung 4, your guarding white. Few nice deep breaths. And then you can open the eyes. So our next point, we move down to lung 5. This is Cubit Marsh. This is really good to support lung chi, and it's a point to note, especially in these current times, because it's a wonderful point if you've had COVID, or you know somebody it has, that this is a lovely point that you can rub to help support the lung chi and help support in the recovery. So rubbing into that point, or just pressing gently into that point, depending on how tender it is. Coming into it the other side, so you find the elbow crease on the line of the thumb, and rubbing into that point or pushing into that point, one finger, thumb, however it works. Slow, deep breathing. And then when you're ready, you can release that point, and we actually come up to our large intestine 20. And this is in like the little crease just outside your nostrils. And if you push into these points, you should be able to take a nice clear deep breath. And it's a really wonderful way of clearing the nasal passages, so you can breathe better. So I thought I'd show you that one. It can be really useful if you're having any blockages you need to support your breath with. So the next one is lung 9, and this is the source point. So when we get to the source point, really powerful point to support the chi. So we start to see the way it's going. So we're pushing in. So now we're on the wrist crease on the thumb side. So we had a heart 7. Now we've got our lung 9. So pushing into that point, closing the eyes, breathing deeply. Great abyss, lung 9. Slow, deep breaths. And then moving yourself over to the other side. So the wrist crease just underneath the thumb in that little depression. Breathing slowly. Focusing inwards. And then in your own time, you can release that point, keeping the eyes closed for a moment. We'll come into our final point, into our onto the thumb. So this is our lung 11. So towards the outside edge of the thumb, you can put this one. Also revives consciousness, just like the one on the little finger, our heart point. So you can squeeze into the thumb. Nice deep breaths, just closing the sequence. We started at the beginning of the point, underneath the collarbones. We followed it down the outer arm, all the way to the thumb. And then change, squeezing the other thumbnail, that outer corner. Your lesser shang, lung point. Releasing that point, taking a few breaths just to settle and notice how it feels along that line. Maybe you can feel it from the collarbone all the way along that inner arm to the thumb. The chi has woken up. And you can open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please ask in the comments if you have any questions.